Hello, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be talking about a very serious and sensitive subject. I'm going to tread real lightly and discuss it very mildly because it's very, very serious. We want to avoid the topic. We don't really want to talk about it, but we have to. And I know you're saying, well, what the heck is it? I hate to say it, but it's depression. I know, I know. But there is an epidemic of depression in this country that we must address. Avoiding it would be, well, it seems like it would be easier, but no matter what, it still comes right back to you. So trying to ignore it and trying to avoid it is not helping at all. You got to be strong and confident and just address it. And you can. You can. And I am going to help you. First thing to do is, to the best of your ability, avoid people, places, and things that make you feel sad. Now, that's not impossible to do. That's actually very possible to do. And you know yourself those things that do make you feel sad. You know certain places that you go to that make you feel sad. You know certain people that you are around that make you feel sad. So, what you have to do is start to avoid those types of situations and those types of surroundings if you can. And if it's something that you cannot avoid, let's say to illustrate work, let's say that your work environment contributes to depression. And by the way, work is not supposed to make you feel depressed. Work is not supposed to make you feel sad. I'm sorry, but I'm going to be that first one to tell you, or one of those to tell you, if your place of employment is leading you to feel sad every day, please search for other employment. Yeah, things occur, discomfort can occur at almost any place of work, but you should not go somewhere every single day for 7, 8, 9, 10 hours and feel sad almost the whole time you're there, plus sad the time that you're traveling there, plus keeping it real, sad when you're going to sleep because you know you got to get up tomorrow to go there. So I know that it's a struggle sometimes, a challenge to seek other employment, or even looking is time consuming, but that is something you have to do for yourself if your place of environment causes you, your workplace causes you to feel sad every day. I mean, you'll have moments possibly, but not if it's sadness every day. So I strongly encourage you to change work settings, and you can. You can be diligent. I mean, you might be one of those people that get really fortunate and find something really early, and then yay, then you come back and let me know, found me a job real quick, and prayerfully it will be a place that will make you feel better. So that's one of the things that I want you to consider doing to avoid depression if your work setting is causing you to feel depressed. Now, if you're working somewhere where there's tons of perks and you just don't want to change, even though it does make you feel sad, then you have to find healthy coping mechanisms. And one of those healthier coping mechanisms would be sleep. Not rest, but sleep. That sound slumber. You need that. People have a very deep seated tendency to minimize the strength and the power of slumber. You really, really need sleep. And once we don't get sleep, once we feel very lethargic, obviously we feel saddened and we feel down, and you're just not performing at your best, whether it's at work or not. So I strongly encourage you to get your sleep, especially if you're coping with sadness and you need to be able to deal with it in a healthy way, in particular if we're talking about the work setting. Um, and if it is your work setting that causes you to feel sad, possibly leading to depression, whether it's clinical depression or not, because non-clinical depression can be very impressionable too. Um, so something else that you can do is to talk about whatever struggles or whatever challenges or whatever oppositions that you may be experiencing. Talk about it to a friend that you trust, or even if it's somebody you don't really trust. Like pain shares, pain lesson. Get it up, out, and off of you. That's how I am. Um, I'd prefer to, instead of just carrying it, letting it weigh down on me, weigh down on me, weigh down on me, down, down, down. I'm talking about how I feel, getting it up, getting it out, getting it off of me. And you pretty much don't want to talk about it to somebody that might share it with someone else. But if you're similar to me, getting it up, getting it out, getting it off of you is a strong reprieve. The wait is over. So let's say you are working somewhere every single day, and then you're a pleasant, happy morning person, but the people you're working around are Debbie Downers, and you talk about that to not somebody that you work with, but let's say you talk about it to an outside friend, and you say that's so exhausting, it's so annoying, it's pissing you off every day that you're going to work, and you have to deal with these negative Nellies. You know, you come in the office perky and say good morning, and people just look at you or don't even look at you. How about that? That is okay to talk about to somebody outside the work setting. Talk about it and let them know. It could be a person you trust to not say nothing, or a person that maybe they will say something, but just at least get it off of you, because you'll see that you will feel better. Or even if it's not a friend that you talk about it to, then a family member, if at all feasible. There is a strong sense of power in releasing things, and it is physically, medically helpful and healing also when you verbalize the struggles that you're having, the upsets or challenges that you're having. That reprieve of letting it go is very, very healing. So that can lead to avoidance of depression, just like holding it in and then possibly imploding till you get to the point where you explode, which is very unhealthy. And if a depressed person explodes, it's not good at all. So please take care of yourself and talk about your feelings to someone that you trust, or at least let it out in a very healthy way. And you can even document it. You can even journal, write down your feelings, whatever is best for you. Another technique that is very helpful in releasing depression or combating depression is surrounding yourself with beautiful things, if you can, and whatever that beauty is to you. Colors, flowers, and you know that colors are conducive to mental health. You know that yellows and oranges and bright greens and reds are happy colors, and they are bright colors that bring good feelings towards you. So try to concentrate when you can on bright colors, even in your own attire. If you can, even if it's a piece of your attire, even if it's just a yellow scarf or a yellow pocketbook or an orange pocketbook or some red gloves, even if it's an accessory. Colors are extremely healing, just like the opposite with the black or the brown or the dull colors and the grays and the blues also have a tendency to cause a different type of mood that is not so uplifting. So if you are feeling depressed, try to concentrate on colors as well as aromatherapy. There are very uplifting scents like peppermints and citrus. So those are things that you can also utilize if you like candles or if you like oils. It's very important to have a refreshing scent around to help you to combat a depressive feeling. And I also strongly recommend that you not lean inappropriately too much on alcohol. I know. I know that there's healthy drinking. A mild glass of wine, small glass of wine with your dinner each night is considered healthy. But you yourself would know if you are consuming alcohol or anything else illicit for that matter, if you're consuming it to cope or to sleep or to make you feel happier or make you feel less sad, then that's unhealthy. And that's exactly what you would like to avoid. So if you're at work and you must remain at work and it's depressing, try to have your area, your office as uplifting as you can. And you've already got a good night's sleep. So you'll be able to perform your work appropriately. And hopefully, if it is something, if it's your job that makes you feel sad, you will be seeking employment elsewhere if that's something that you know would help to improve your situation. It is something that you will definitely reap the benefits from. I promise you that. And also, another thing I'd like us to talk about would be hanging around people that, like, sometimes people tell me, oh, she makes me feel so sad with the things that she says, or he makes me feel so sad with the criticisms, and they're always saying this negative to me, they're always saying that negative to me. And I'm not even talking about at work, I'm talking about in your life, family, friends, socially. I don't understand hanging out with people that make you feel bad. That's going backwards. We're supposed to uplift each other and we're supposed to always try to think the best of one another. So I don't understand hanging around people that are extremely critical or people when you leave them, you feel worse. Uh, I recommend changing those types of environments too. And you can do it. You can do without those people who try to put you down because all of us need to be with people, not like our friends and family have to pat us on the back every single day and say encouraging things every single day, all of the time. But they sure don't need to be saying things, especially in this day and age and time. They sure don't need to be saying things to make you feel sad. No, that's hustling backwards. You need to get with some people that are optimistic because those are all contributing factors to feeling down and depressed, whether it's a clinical depression or not, or non clinical depression. You need to be around positive people. And that's not to say people that's singing and dancing and laughing all day, but I am saying not people that criticize you and challenge you and make you feel sad. No. Change your group of people. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your dearest family member. No, they make you feel sad and down most of the time. That's not healthy at all. So work on, I'm not suggesting that you cut them off, but work on lessening your interactions with them. And if you're so inclined, you can have a conversation. Hey, Susie, when you say this or that to me, that makes me feel uncomfortable. it makes me feel sad. It makes me feel depressed. I don't like hearing it. I'm struggling with this or that already as it is. So I really need some positivity. I need some inspiration. I need to hear something good, not your consistent criticisms. Could do without that. So if you feel comfortable and you can say that to the person or the persons, then that's great. You know, whether it's your boyfriend, your husband, mother, father, sibling, cousin, whomever, best friend, homegirl, homeboy, you gotta let them know. We gotta let people know. So, um, also, um, if you're living somewhere that you really, really don't like, a lot of people do not realize where we live has a lot to do with how we feel. So if you're living someplace that you just don't like, that neighborhood is too far, is too loud, is too annoying, or is whatever, if it's depressing, I don't know, whatever the neighborhood might seem like, if it's too busy or if it's too quiet, if it's too many cars, too much traffic, whatever, I don't know. If where you live is making you uncomfortable, if where you live you don't like it, it's annoying, you got the right and you got the wherewithal in you to move. And that doesn't mean that it needs to occur instantaneously. You can develop a plan of action. And that is for you to move into a more favorable environment. You know what you would like, you know what your preferences are. So I really can't tell you what that is. I can tell you what mine are, but you know what yours are. So you can develop a plan on working your way out of the location. You might have a horrible landlord that's always on your back, or a very, very nosy neighbor or nosy neighbors, intrusive neighbors, always asking you, inviting you somewhere or whatever. And you feel like I don't want to tolerate them anymore, and you know it's just overbearing, and you want to move. If it's causing you stress, which leads to depression, then I do recommend that you move. Um, so work environments, changing them, and change is great, and that's something that can help in many, many ways to combat depression. Changing your work environment, if that's what's causing you depression, or if you decide to stay, you're going to make it work for you, and you're going to change your way of thinking about it, and you're going to have to respect your own decision that you decided to stay at that job, even if it makes you feel depressed. Um, Changing friends, if needed, changing friends and family that lead you to feeling very sad, that's critical. Changing your place of residence if that's causing you to feel sad. Um, your friends, environments, and you're going to do things to uplift yourself, and you're going to take care of yourself, and you're going to enjoy colors and do things that enjoy yourself in your heart and soul. Things like relaxing with a good movie, um, hanging out in your favorite place. And everything that I'm talking about, I'm not referring to a lot of money. I'm not referring to anything pricey or expensive. I'm not recommending that. I mean, sleep. Hmm, sleep is free. And that's one of the best things, the best feelings, and the best things that you could do for yourself is get some good down home sleep. And that can really, really help you to feel better. But I want you to focus on feeling better if you are a person that is experiencing, or even if you know someone that is saying that they're depressed. Many times people are depressed about the past. It's not even something that's occurring now. I mean, it could be childhood trauma, that the person has brought with them into adulthood. And that could be, it can be, you can get some help with it and you can start to feel better. But I would recommend a very, very, very high level of psychotherapy for someone that's experiencing that type of sadness and depression that's like ongoing. Um, so I just want you to address it. The worst thing that you could do is ignore it because it's going to infiltrate into other areas of your life, your relationships, your friendships, and your work, your home life, your sleep, your children, your this, your that. So ignoring it is it's not what we want to continue to do. And a lot of times you gotta fight for what you want. You gotta fight for good emotions. You have to put forth the work and you have to be determined and dedicated to yourself. And I am here to tell you that as you do the work, you can achieve better. And even relaxing music, whatever that is for you, whatever your taste in music that could be relaxing, because sometimes dancing around fast to Rihanna could be relaxing, all that movement, and then you finally stop. That was fun. And speaking of fun, that's also something that you need to practice as much as feasible. Having fun, laughing, having a good time, and whatever that means to you. And it surely means, at least if you're hanging around somebody, it's somebody that you have a good time with and someone you like being with. It's not people that criticize you or put you down. And you deserve better if you just so happen to encounter any of those types of people. And like I said, if you feel like it, feel confident about it, not to confront them, but just let them know that I'm not feeling real good about those kinds of conversations or those comments coming from you. Because people minimize the seriousness of depression and many people hide it. And I want you to confront it so that it doesn't become something that gets worse, that worsens, because things that we avoid do worsen. So I really, really want you to take care of yourself and monitor your emotions and your thoughts and your feelings. And even if you have to write down some positive affirmations, and I won't say tell them to yourself in the mirror, even though that's pretty good too. But at least think it. Think good thoughts about yourself and try to think some good thoughts about other people. I mean, really, you can train your mind to think positively. You can do it. If you're a person that has an influx of negative thoughts, you can retrain your brain to think positively. So, if that's something that you feel like you need to do to combat depression, please practice that. Now, since depression is so serious and so severe, I'm gonna stop talking about it right now, but we will definitely revisit this issue. I don't want to make you depressed by going on and on about it, but it is a serious conversation and it is a serious subject that we have to explore much more often. And it's just so we can get through it and get back to that happy place and get back to those good vibes. And it can be done. It can be done. And I'm going to show you how to do it. So hopefully you take some of those tips. And it was great seeing you again and talking to you. And I'm looking forward to us talking about tons of interesting topics today. So thank you and God bless.